we are going to begin our meeting now. Sorry, it's a couple minutes late, but 7:04. So first thing we'll do is we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will face that way towards the flag. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you. Carmella's. Oh, okay. That's okay. So, okay. Thank you, everyone. We will have the ballots open for another 5 minutes, so in case anybody hasn't voted yet for our treasurer, please do that. We'll introduce ourselves. We are recording too. This will be posted on YouTube. It seemed to be a big hit last time, so it's just kind of nice if people want to watch it and then see what has happened. It's just you can forward through it, and it's riveting. Okay, so my name is Jory Gelnet. I'm the president of the PTO.
Oh, yes. My name is Camilla. I'm the secretary. I was not there last time. Here now. So my first meeting. Jory's been great at hitting the ground running over the summer and getting everything together and helping a little bit, but yeah, so very nice to meet you all, and yeah, that's good.
I'm Tara Pham, and I'm the current treasurer. I'm resigning, and you are voting for new treasurer today. Thank you.
I'm Jennifer Rumps. I'm the chair from AET.
I'm Srinivas Alavani. I'm the chair for
And we are missing one, Lakshmi Mittal. She's the MANA chair, so hopefully she'll be joining us shortly. Okay, so we have the approval of the minutes from September 13th, our last and our actually first inaugural PTO meeting.
So I have posted the minutes on the PT board webpage under the documents and photos tab. So for everybody to review. If you have any corrections? Yeah,
So
I
otherwise
don't know.
it'll be posted as
Yeah,
recorded, so.
yeah. So just want to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay. Minutes are approved then from our first meeting. All right, thank you. Okay, Dr. Pretty.
Oh wow, that was
Yes, see it? I told you.
Hi everyone. Thanks for braving the rain and coming out tonight. I apologize for not being here with you last week. I was so sick. But you know how back to school gets us all. What's happening at ACL? Well, as Tara just mentioned, she is resigning, but I have to extend a heartfelt thanks to Tara because she's been doing this for 2 years now. She's been doing a phenomenal job, so thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Well, what else is happening? Really cool math projects. Look behind me. So the kids have been working on this project for a little while. They just assembled that after school today, so that's pretty neat. And we still continue to have the best school lunches I've ever had in my entire career.
I heard.
Yes. They're so good. I don't know if your kids are eating them yet, but
I heard they're
I
good.
have to like make my way from here. Sometimes I'll do the grab and go. Sometimes I'll do the hot selection up here. But then when I want like the Chipotle-like experience, I'll go down below and you pick your protein. And then it's like fresh lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, pickles, peppers. It's just absolutely delicious. So and you can get a rice bowl or you can get a brown wrap, but it's just so good. Those are just perks. So let's see, going back to September, we had some Korean visitors here the week of September 14th through the 21st. We had a wonderful visit. This is one of our international research collaborations. I was fortunate to go to Korea 2 years ago when we took the students there to finish the research collaboration, and so it was great to see it start this year. So that was very, very exciting. And then we had 2 back-to-school nights. So on September 17th, we had our 9th and 10th grade back-to-school night, and then on the 24th, we had our 11th and 12th grade back-to-school night. Some feedback from that was that the sessions were a little bit too long, so we have a lot of firsts this year. I imagine we're gonna have a lot of tweaks this year. So we will definitely look at shortening those a little bit in the future. October 1st, we had our first Claude Moore White Coat ceremony for our MATA health science students, and those programs are radiology technology, pharmacy technology, medical laboratory technology, practical nursing, and intro to health and medical science. And we recognize the Claude Moore Charitable Foundation that gives us a grant every year to support the learning in those programs. So that's very exciting. And then we followed that up a couple of days later with the AOS White Coat ceremony for our 123 ninth grade students. So that's very exciting. Just to see the growth, the best thing is the kids there. I was telling people earlier tonight that seeing the kids in the building is really phenomenal. It's pretty exciting here during the day. Thank you again to the PTSO who generally, PTO, who generously provided a reception both days. Who knew that we would go through that many cookies and brownies, right?
Some kids decided it was their dinner.
Yeah, right. It was great. And we had to make Srini enjoy the second event as a parent, even though he was ready to man the table.
Yes.
So thank you, Srini. And to all of you that were there, appreciate it. During the day, we have been having a lot of college and specialty school visits. And so those are sent out every week. It's kind of a work in progress. We are bringing in, our universities, our technology schools, and then also some of our specialty schools. And so one example is we had Johnson & Wales, which is a culinary institute, come in twice already and do cooking demonstrations for students. So I think Student Services is continuing to work on developing that list so that we're serving all of our students. Activities, clubs are up and running. It's great to see the students meeting. They meet before school and during lunch, depending on when their sponsor holds meetings. And SGA is preparing to hold elections. So very exciting. It feels great to have some of this stuff finally happening. But that's kind of a wrap on what's been happening in the past couple of weeks.
Are there any questions? On the college visits, are they getting tours of the school to help understand the difference between ACL and high schools?
We have a school profile that we share with them, and then our student services team led by Dr. Fonash definitely spends time with them to educate them on what we're doing here and the fact that we are a magnet school, with that competitive application process. If they have time, we show them around. Sometimes they're in and out, sometimes they'll walk around, but we're definitely trying to build relationships.
Anybody else?
Okay, thank you. That was easy. And my bad, I forgot to approve the agenda. So we're just gonna go right back up to the approving that. So, which means we're not gonna have any changes or deletions after that. So is there a motion to approve the agenda as is? Approve the agenda as is? Motion. All right, thank you. Okay, is there a second?
Yes.
All right, thank you. The agenda stands approved, so no changes or deletions may be made. Okay, now we're going down to number 5. So I already broke that rule. So, okay, membership. Nikki and Shannon.
Okay, so membership, we have a total of 305 members with PTO, which is awesome. 273 are family members, so of course those are students, and
we broke
parents
our
of the students. And then we have 32 staff.
32 staff. Excellent. Yay. We're still, I did put in to the staff members, and I ran out of sheets who hadn't become members yet. I put the membership form in there. I think we got one, so we'll keep pushing it.
So once they have their appreciation day, I think maybe then they'll maybe become members. Maybe not. Okay, anything else for membership? How's the basket? Are you guys?
I'm still working on it. I've been kind of tied up for
That's all right.
But I do have some things, and I have to pick those up because
Okay.
they've been approved by different
Okay, that's fine.
sellers.
All right,
So
fabulous. Yeah, so we're putting together a basket for the staff to entice them to become members. So then anybody who is a member on staff, their name will go in a bucket, and then someone will win this fabulous basket. That's our thought on $10 thing. Okay, Spirit Night. So Linda Hall's not here, but we earned $75 from our Spirit Night with Manhattan Pizza. We had no turnout from self-writing, so I'm not sure about self-writing not liking pizza or something. That was you. Okay, so we'll try again. But she has been doing very well in terms of getting things set up. So she has Panera Ashburn is set up on October 23rd. Panera Leesburg is October 24th. Chick-fil-A Leesburg right now is November 28th. And then I do not know this name, so it's an Indian restaurant.
Bawarchi biryanis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's in Ashburn. So if anyone's familiar with that, so they reached out to us. They have a child here, so they will. So they're 15 to 18% return. We're going to have that December 11th and December 12th. We'll be getting flyers out on all of that to you to post. So they were very excited about that. And then there's a thing with Papa John's in January for the 4 Tuesdays starting on January 8th. You can go to Papa John's and they will donate money back for buying pizza. So maybe we'll get some pizza money back there. Okay, any questions on Spirit Night? Okay. We are working on a skating night too. So that they've kind of revamped it with the Ashburn Ice House, where it is more like a Spirit Night that you just go and you pay $8 and then you get the 20% back, and that's how it kind of works with them. So you don't have to pay deposit or rent the place or anything. So that'll happen probably more February or so. Okay. So actually, who are 3 people who were up for? Okay, you are. You're Casey. Okay. How do you say that? Farzaneh, okay. And you're now. Okay, if you 3 could come over here with our nominations, and then they will tell you who, which one of you. I appreciate all of you putting in your name.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yes, I do appreciate all of that. I know this is kind of formal, but this is kind of how the nominations work. I'm doing it for the PTA this weekend, and it's going to be grand old time. Down in Virginia, down in Richmond. So, yeah, you can go with that. You have all 3 of you, and then we'll announce at the end, towards the end. So, okay. Okay, Odyssey of the Mind. We had 25 students. It was very good. Oh, I'm sorry, fall student. Jennifer just walked away with that. Okay, I will read it. The fall student. So what this is they're calling it a grab and go rub. It's going to be on November 8th, A day, and November 9th is a B day. And they're going to have tables set up in the lobby with breakfast items. And so I believe kids will be able to take 2, I think is kind of what they were saying, 8:30 to 9:15 or 9:20. They'll have donuts, granola bars, fruits, Go-Gurts, and we'll have volunteer sign-up set up so we can have parents, extra parents just to come in and help with that. But the committee's been very on it with doing everything. And then we've already talked to Dr. Brady about sending out a Peach Jar notice. So, anyway, so, okay. So that is that for that event. Are there any questions on that one?
Are you guys seeking donations for that? Food
No.
donations?
We got it all covered. Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of, sorry, Jennifer, I read your report since you were over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. We do have a business development committee, and so that committee is going out seeking potentially donations from businesses, but we are not seeking donations from parents because we have enough money to cover it all. So that makes it easy instead of kids carrying in boxes of granola bars and trying to
We
find a
will be
place.
looking for volunteers. There'll be a volunteer sign-up sheet that'll come out through PT board, and you'll also see a picture of the flyer that comes out through PT board, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Thank you.
Okay. Odyssey of the Mind. So we had 25 students signed up, and of course we have no coaches. So, I mean, I think this would be easy at this level to do with the parents being coaches or teachers being coaches, because you really don't have to do as much or kind of oversee. But Pink is working very hard on this. We have talked about having a meeting, locking the door, and having all the parents there and guilting people into this because their kids want to do it, yet there are no coaches. So we're still in the midst of that because they do need to get going. So I'm hoping that that will come to fruition. So social media, Arlene's here. You are.
I mean, we're chugging along. We try and put on PTO meetings on there, anything special, we put a little reminder about the PSAT.
Yeah.
If there's other things you guys want us to do with it, then we'd be happy to try and do that.
Well, and I've sent, so you have 253 members, and I did send Stacy earlier. She wants JPEGs of the flyers that we're gonna put up. So I've sent her JPEGs earlier of Panera flyers for Spirit Night, and I sent her the JPEGs of the fall event. So I did that because I get everything PDF and then I convert it to JPEG. So we're just putting that on there. And
Okay,
just
yeah,
kind of,
she couldn't come tonight.
no, that's fine.
She
That's
has
fine.
the
It's
night with her daughter.
but I am sending those to her because I don't have your email. So that's why I'm
Okay.
yeah. So I've asked a couple times.
Arlene.akbora@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll get it afterwards.
First
Okay.
name, last name, Gmail.
Oh, first name, last name. Okay. So that's the reason why I hadn't included you on it because I didn't have your email and I asked for it, but Stacy, I was like, well, maybe she doesn't want to give it to me. So that's what we're doing. And then also, if you guys too can maybe just, even if you post it once, you can revisit and post it. Like we have the for Srini's stuff, which we'll talk about in a second for Kaplan, just to because that's not happening until November, and we finally did hit 50. But just to kind of keep posting that so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
pin it.
Yeah.
So that way it stays at the top.
Yeah, that's fine. Or something with recent so people see it. Or if you pin it, but then if you repost it, then people will get it back in their feed, right? Is that? Because if you repost it, then people will see it on
Yeah.
their feed again. I
If
think.
it's pinned, it's just there.
It's
when
just
they
there,
go.
right.
They have to go to
Right.
see it.
So-
So,
right.
yeah, I can do something.
Okay.
to it on-
Yeah, just those things, just as reminders. So thank you very much. Okay, Kaplan test. Trini.
Kaplan test, we are conducting the SAT as well as SAT, ACT combo test for the students who haven't decided which test to take. And thank you, Dr. Reddy and Jory, for sending out the flyers to HR and Connected. Appreciate it. We have reached about 50 registration minimum. So,
Good job.
So is that close now? No more? Or
no, we can take more, but
Okay.
50 minimum.
Okay.
Conduct the test. And Kaplan will have a proctor for each 50 students. So they'll have, if you have 50, one proctor, more than 50, they'll have two proctors. And test starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday, November 10th at the cafeteria in the school. And we'll start checking in around 8:30 and we'll have the snacks and water available for the students. After the test is completed, they'll evaluate, they'll enter the school, they'll enter their answers, and they'll get the report. The parents and the students will get the report. These scores are not published anywhere, just for information purpose to know their weaknesses and strengths. So if you have any questions, we are allowing the students from outside ACL as well if they're interested. So if you know anyone who is interested to take the test, please send them a link.
Any questions on that? Yes. Okay.
At the end of it, will we give recommendation on saying like your definition of the basic certain test or?
So you get a detailed report on their weaknesses, and it's a standard Kaplan report. And parent and the student will have access to it. So they'll know their weaknesses and strengths.
But the one that has the ACT and the SAT, does it tell you which one of those you would do
Yeah,
better at?
it will tell you which one they are more aligned towards. Right? Is it they're more successful at SAT test or ACT? So for those who are not decided yet, I mean for the freshmen and sophomore students, might be helpful.
So logistically, they will both the SAT as well as the ACT on the same day, one after the other?
So we do not have ACT test standalone. We only have a SAT test, and ACT combo test that gives you an idea of which test you want to take. So we don't have a standalone ACT test.
Any questions on that? Thanks, Rudy. Okay, so with volunteer coordinator, Mahima's not here. So there isn't anything open right now to volunteer for, but like we talked about, she's been great with getting the volunteer, setting it up, and as soon that day, if there's we need help with it. And so the next thing that will go out will be for the fall student event. So that should be, unless there's something else that I don't know about that's coming down the pipe, but that would be the next thing. Used book sales committee. Is Katie here or Amber? No. Okay. All right. So the committee has placed 2 bins in the building to collect donated books. One is up here, actually it's full. There's a blue one here. There's one that was a red one that was downstairs, and we now thankfully have part of a storage closet. So we're keeping those books in there for them, and then there will be before the holidays, I think is when they're looking to do a used book sale and still kind of working out some of those details. But they'll just have them out on a table like during lunch hours, and then kids can buy them for maybe $1 or so. But we've had a lot of interest, and we're still looking to probably take donations all year, because I think we'll want to have a couple sales, one December, one in the spring or so. We have that. Were there any questions with the book sale? It's coming up. Okay, and business development. I don't think Nisi or Rajesh are here. So what we've done is they're kind of going out into the community, at least Ashburn area, South Riding, and talking to some of those businesses, and they have a letter about some of the events that will be coming up, some things, whether they want to give a gift card to donate for some teacher appreciation events or donate towards the fall student event. So that was what their interest was, and they wanted to kind of hit up the area. So it's hit and miss. Some of the big, I kind of gave them some pointers, like some of the bigger businesses, like Staples and Office Depot, these corporations, not to probably waste their time there. It's just because you have to go through a lot of red tape to get those donations, and just to kind of stick with the smaller businesses. So that's where they're at. I don't have an update as to what they have or don't have, but I know they've been out there. So any questions on events or chairperson reports? We've got 13 committees, and they're all almost full. We have a chair for each one, so it's been great. Yeah, with the volunteering there. So, I'm sorry, yes, sir.
So I'm asking for the students, and I know they would appreciate being there. They want to know or some of them want to know if there's any talk of there being academies about dance.
That's been discussed with the student council advisors. Once we have a student council up and running, the student council advisors will discuss that with our student council.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Moving on to elected officer reports. I really don't have a whole lot. We're still looking for someone to maybe work on an ACL PTO logo. So that is one thing that's out there. No one is kind of bitten on that yet. I did want to ask you, we're going to vote for a mascot or so for the school? Sometime this fall. Okay.
Quick question on the logo. Can it be somebody outside ACL who does it?
Yes, but we're not paying.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
If she wants to.
Yes, if someone wants to do, if someone's a graphic designer and wants to do it for free, that would be awesome.
I will check with somebody.
Okay, yeah, no, that would be awesome, yeah. So, then on PT board, we've got 489 people that are on there. So it's been a great resource and way, and people are seeing the information we're sending out, signing up for things. So we just keep sending information, asking people to sign up on there, and that's how you'll be in the know, really, is if you're on PT board. That is all I have in particular. Anything for me? Okay. Jennifer.
Nothing, but if there's anything that I can do to help anyone, or any ideas that you have, please send them my way, whether they be from AET or AOS or MATA. We're all here to help all the students and all the community, not just the particular school that we are, the particular path that we are listed as the chair of. So please let us know.
Thank you. Any questions for her? Srini?
Thank you all for attending today, and please let me know, as Jennifer said, if there is anything that we can do to help. of the page.
Alright, anything for Srini?
Are you,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Are you going to be trying to coordinate another SAT practice test maybe later or like early next year?
Based on the response and after discussing with Shirley and Dr. Fudi, we can decide. We want to see the response from this test. How many students turn out and what the interest is. Because November, we have a December test, and also there's a test in March. Discuss with the president and
Okay, Lakshmi is not here, but she is another chair, so she's the one looking into the ice skating thing for us. Tara, your final treasure report.
Okay.
You gonna shed a tear?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think so.
So I have a treasury report here if anyone is one.
Do you want a treasure? You go.
So before getting to it, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Pridi, for a great opportunity to serve PTO in the last 2 years. It's been fun to work with everyone. And thank you everyone for volunteering, for PTO. So I'm looking at this, I'm very happy because, it's, we already at October 11 and we already, make more than we expected. We budgeted 10,500 and so far, we already collected about revenues already about 14,500, 14,600. So I printed out the previous year comparison here to show how well we are doing. Even that last year, this time we were still very young and still putting together a lot of things. So that's why the number at the same time last year cannot even compare to this
Well,
year.
yeah, one school.
Yeah.
It was a third.
Yeah. So but it's still great this year. So far, going down, so far we have a donation about 642, which is great. And I like to thank AOS PTO for transfer, over 2,500 from last year fund. And we did not expect that and did not put that in budget. And now we have the extra 2,500 to probably spend, on more activities. Fundraising events, so far we made 155, Kaplan practice has 705, and I'm sure, I believe that we can make the budget 1,000, probably easily. Yeah, so great job. So basically, Spirit Wear sales, we already stopped. This has no expense because we already expensed Spirit Wear last year. So this is purely income and revenue for us. So far, we haven't spent much, just a couple hundred on supplies, on things, and on AOS Mara event, we budget 900 for all the events, and we spend half of it. So and all other expenses we haven't made any expenditure. So basically, we end up with 11,800 now. As kind of like profit, but actually with the transfer from cash from last year and transfer of fund from AOS, we have 14,600 now in the bank.
We got some big items coming up.
For last year, is that because last year ACL wasn't there, right?
When I started over 2 years ago, I didn't form a PTO until the spring of my first year. And so knowing that I was a year out from having to do it again, I didn't want to establish two 501c3s a year apart. So I established one and I named it the ACL PTO back. So those parents worked with me on that process to file the nonprofit paperwork and file the tax exempt status. And so we only did it once, and we did it, you know, in my first year here, but really a year before this past summer is
So
what we're
that was
referring
the
to.
first 2 years in AET, when AET was in Tuscarora. So that's what she's referring to.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
talking
the
about
question.
AET?
Oh,
Okay.
It
well,
was
the AET parents, it was the Academies of Loudon Principal, and I didn't want to do it twice in a row, so I only did it once in a row.
Yes,
Yeah, because
So it was a third, the parents.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
Not even
process
that.
from filing with IRS, and you know, so we didn't want to do it twice, so we always name it,
Academy of
ACL,
Loudon,
yeah,
PTO.
PTO in the first place, so it would make easier, and knowing that process, I thank Dr. Pretty for thinking of that. Otherwise, the process is quite lengthy. Yeah. So just to remind you again, our fiscal year is from July 1st to June 30th the next year. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Okay.
You got us through the hard part with doing the budget and doing, getting started, so now you can retire. Okay, any questions for Tara with the budget? We'll see if it'll significantly drop a little bit this next time because of the fall event is budgeted for $2,000, and then I have a check in my pocket for almost $500. So
Yeah, so our
that's
goal
not my
when-
salary; it was what I paid for ahead of
Yeah,
time.
our goal is to carry forward like probably 2,000 to next year. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, Tara.
Thanks.
And then this is her last meeting, so she's resigning after like now. And then we'll have that announcement in a minute for our new treasurer. And then Camilla, do you have anything?
No, just I put out the newsletter every 2-3 weeks or so.
Oh, you
Um,
do that? Yeah. Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, so, and of course with help from Jody to get it all together. And then, you're writing the minutes for the meeting, any other way I can help, I'm happy to do that.
Did you say they're posted on PT board?
Yeah.
Did you say under doc and photo?
Yeah. So last month's minutes are posted on PT board under docs and photos, so you can go back and review what happened last month, and I will do the same thing with this meeting. So,
Okay. Anything else for us? Elected? Okay. Our big reveal. So we do have a nominations committee. So we do have, Jennifer is here from our nominations committee. We do have one more person, but her child is sick, has strep. And then we are looking for one more person to be on that committee because per our bylaws, we do need 3. But I grabbed a couple people. Monica, thank you. And Jennifer, thank you for for stepping in here to do that the bylaw way. Go ahead, Jennifer.
So thank you, Wendy, for volunteering. I'm sure we'll have more openings later this year. So we have 3 volunteers. So you go by now.
Yes.
Is that correct? Now.
Yes.
Farzani and Casey. Thank you. It was very close, but according to votes, now is our new treasurer.
Yay, congratulations.
You want the ballots?
Yes, hold on to those, please.
We have
Penny.
some Odyssey of the Mind positions.
Yes, we got some other things. Yeah, where else is anyone?
Or nomination committee, we need one more.
Nominations, audit committee, very excited.
Did I see aerospace engineer on one of those?
Yes, you
Yes.
did. I mean, I was so impressed with,
Wow, all 3 of them. Thank you so
Yes.
much
Yeah.
for being
Yeah.
willing to
Thank you.
help us.
thank you.
No, it's very impressive. Like I joke, I'm like, I have a bachelor's and the rest of everyone here has like these advanced degrees, and like I've said before, my kid isn't here because of me. So thank you. So we will, now we'll talk afterwards. All right, but thank you very much, because I was very impressed. I had like 5 people, wanted to be on the board, and then I asked for bios, and then 3 people turned in the bios, and then, I mean, this never happens in the world of PTO, PTA, so.
I told my other PTA friends today, I'm like, can you believe, like, there's an election, there's 3 PTA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's
So,
really never happens.
anyway.
Well, I think that kind of goes to, Dr. Pretty, if you have teachers that need help in their classrooms or do work, I mean, there's a lot of people with a lot of skills. From what I hear from other parents, they'd love to get involved and help. So if you have to volunteer or whatever, if they're overwhelmed or need more work, parents are here for them, so.
I appreciate that. We're definitely gonna be doing our speaker series again in the new year. And so we definitely wanna tap into, you know, the expertise in our parent community for that. So, look for some information to come out after the new year.
Thank you. Okay, any new business? Anything anyone want to bring up or chat about? Okay, we have upcoming events. They're on the back side of the agenda. Just the Panera that we mentioned about some spirit nights. There's an invite only, the ribbon cutting and dedication ceremony, which I'm sure will be in the paper. You'll see that on October 30th. First grading period's almost done, and there's no school on the 5th and 6th. Our student event on November 8th and 9th, and then the Kaplan on November 10th. So, and actually, I forgot to put in, we will have another PTO meeting that will be on the 8th, on November 8th there. So, anybody have any questions on with upcoming events? Anything else? Okay, we are adjourned at 7:41. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.